Okay. We're unmuted. Take another Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Okay, first on the agenda is Rhonda.
Approval of resolution allowing county clerk to accept mortgage tax retention in the sum of $200,100 from the state tax commission to cover the expenses incurred in connection with Article 11 of New York State law collecting of mortgage taxes for the period April 2022 to March 2023.
Is this the same dollar amount or is it?
This is always the same dollar amount every year until I can increase it, and I do that every 4 or 5 years. And it's actually based on salaries. So, I mean, some of it is based on. So when the salaries start going up, then I can go and increase it. I won't be increasing it for maybe next year, but it's every like 4 or 5 years. So.
Okay, any questions for Rhonda? No? A motion by Supervisor Kale. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Anything else? No? DMV is good?
Yeah, everything's going on.
Anybody have any questions for him? Thank you.
Okay, yep.
Thanks for
Happy New
being
Year.
here. Losing Jen.
Yeah.
We're losing Jen today?
All
All right.
Why not? I was gonna say, I don't know, what I've heard from Jim's side yet. Stuff, and these are pretty self-explanatory. So the first is to amend Schedule G for the county attorneys, under the county attorney to increase the yearly stipend plus corresponding fringe provided to the New York State Institute of Legal Services HH grant contract CSTWID EHH52 year 3. The amount to be paid bi-weekly and retroactive from April 1, 2020 through March 31, 2023. Secretary to the county attorney, position code 007.503. It was $4,000 and will increase to $5,000.
That's about the grant fund.
That's my understanding.
Going back to April 1st, 2020.
Yeah, that made no sense.
I know that's the,
It's when the contract is for the whole
yeah,
thing, right? But she doesn't, they don't get the extra all the way back, or is it just an increase going forward?
no, it's probably for the,
Let's put a question mark next to it and we'll make sure that the minutes reflect the correct date. I can reach out to
So that would be $1,000 for the whole term, right?
an increase of $1,000.
Yeah. And we're just questioning the date.
Per year.
Per year, annual.
I think that's it, annual.
Right, and but they're going back and starting it over.
Right. Let's just double check that point.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And this says amount to be paid bi-weekly.
They all are, but they're.
Divided up
It says
by week.
all day long. So they would, whatever the date is, they would retro whatever they need to, and then going forward, it would be, right? That's what we always do.
I'll move it.
Motion by Supervisor Brunner. With the understanding that we will check on the dates.
Yep. I have a good question. And it's,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Number 2 is position fill for the position that I'm vacating, so it's the assistant county attorney second, Schedule S to replace me, who's being appointed county attorney as of January 1st. And the date will be January 5th, 2022 for the new person to start.
Actually, do it under HR or?
I can do it now, we'll just skip it under HR.
Do you want me to also do number 3? Because they kind of go together.
They do. So we're going to amend Schedule S for the Assistant County Attorney second, the position code 004.503 for the scale, salary schedule to begin at $57,500 annually with eligibility for an additional $5,000 upon completing 1 year of service and meeting the pre-established goals, and eligibility for an additional $7,500 upon completing year 2 of service and meeting pre-established goals. The position is available for the cost of living increases after completing 1 year of service, and again, that's effective January 5th, 2022.
What do you? What's attorney salary?
58 and change is what I'm currently making. The first assistant county attorney is currently making 77 and change, and they're both full-time positions, and I'm certainly doing as much work as the other assistant county attorneys, so we need to be comparable in our pay scale, I think, when we've got both attorneys doing the same amount of work in order to, have a comparable schedule, so.
And that's what the boosts are, is to catch them up.
That's correct. To get it closer, it won't be quite the same.
How long has the other county attorney been?
He started in June, so he's been there approximately 6 months.
Wow.
I've been there for over 3 years and I'm making 20 grand less, and I think that's, which I didn't know until I started doing all of this and learning such exciting things, but when I found it out, I thought, well, that doesn't seem precisely comparable for when I'm doing the same amount of work and have more experience than the other guy, what's going on?
So this is probably not the budget then, right?
Again,
For next year.
right,
Right, what I'm asking is, this probably isn't in the budget then?
It
This
is.
increase, this larger increase.
I don't know.
The increase isn't effective until 1 year of service and meeting pre-established goals.
Correct.
Okay.
Who oversees the assistant county attorney? The county attorney?
That's correct.
Do you guys have any questions? And a motion for 2 and 3? Motion by Supervisor Granger. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And number 4,
Do you want to do that one?
it's just to cover your own use time, because you're leaving us.
Yes.
I suppose we should do that.
Thank you very much.
So that would be the 2021 appropriation to unused benefit time for Jim Butrick. Last day of work, 12/31/2021.
Just a bit.
Okay. Can I have a motion for that? Supervisor Grant? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. General updates?
Just, there's a couple of outstanding issues that I've already talked to Chairwoman, who will be here shortly, that I'll be working with Jen on. Opioid litigation, some other things that are going on statewide that, it's speculative right now to advise you on. So after the new year gets going, Jen's all set there. I want to thank you for everything that you've allowed me to do in serving this board, and it's been a pleasure. And we're looking forward to a very seamless transition where Jen's going to be up to speed, and so you're not going to miss me with legal services. So, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, just in time.
So-
We're up.
What we're gonna go with, you guys.
I don't know.
I just
Good
had.
to see us.
Okay, well, the cybersecurity grant is going to be extended because you know, a lot of the folks, when they were looking at ordering different things, and everything was backlog. You can't, you know, everything, you just can't get a lot of these things, so they extended the cybersecurity range of time, so that's.
I have a motion to, number one, to amend resolution number 20-284 for the extension date.
Sure.
Motion by Supervisor Brunner. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And number two, there is a professional services contract with ES&S. We've been with ES&S software system since 2001. We started out at $4,800 back in 2001, and now we're up to $5,600. And that's a real bargain, but ES&S software is starting to lag behind a lot of the things that we're going to need. A lot of new laws, election laws have been changed. There's been 100 changes in the election law in the last 2 years. So we're hoping that we can keep this system, but we're looking right now at other counties, but it's a lot more money. New systems, a lot more money.
Like how much?
Hmm?
Like how much?
Yeah, I know.
Throw it out there.
I know, you know, we're,
But how much? What are we talking?
35,000 a year versus 6,800. Yeah, right, okay, right? Yeah, 35,000. Now, just to give you an idea, in April 1st, we have to start tracking, have a tracking system for absentee ballots. Just kind of like Amazon, where's my package, you know how that works. We're going to have in our system, a tracking system for absentee ballots. They were sent out on whatever day, where are they in the mail? Yeah, so that's something that we don't have now, that somehow, if ES&S cannot incorporate into our software system, that's why we're not getting ahead of ourselves, but at least we're out there looking to make sure that we can meet the new regulations. And there's just a lot of different things that are going on out there that over the last couple of years, ES&S is struggling with, and we're hoping that they can, you know, can work with us and meet all the new requirements, but if they can't, then hey, you know, we've been on all these conversations, you know what's going on also. So believe me, we're not gonna be spending money if we don't have it, you know that.
Now, the tracking for these absentee ballots, is this a state thing or?
State, they just passed the election, in fact, I got it right here, it just was adopted here a couple of
I'm
days
just
ago.
wondering
Yeah, I
if
mean,
the
it is
state-
what it is, we knew it was coming down the line, just, you know, so it's just, and there's a lot of other things also that we've made work, it's, you know, we're getting it done, but it's getting to the point where, now, I talked to Barry Gaddis, who was our maintenance guy for ES&S, I talked to him a couple days ago, and he said, we're working on these new requirements, we got a lot of things going, so what does that mean? I don't know, you know, we just, but we're not gonna go out there and spend any money if we don't have to, right? Right. We can, if they can meet the requirements at this price, I mean, this is just one.
Voting's gonna get, I think voting's gonna get more expensive, so.
Well, it is getting a lot more expensive.
I think it's gonna just keep getting more expensive.
Yeah. So right now, the invoice is 5669.89 for this year for that software. And that would be, of course, for next year. We always pay a year ahead, well, end of the year for next year. And we always have a one-page contract. This is what they're going to provide. But we haven't got the invoice yet. I called them the other day, it's coming. So.
Do we have any questions on that? I have a motion. Supervisor Granger. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And also, here today, we don't mind, but we are entering into a new contract with the villages and schools because of 2-year time frames up. And what we've done because of the tech department charges a flat $20,000 a year, we are upping the school and village contract by $400. we used to have $300 administrative fees, now it's gonna be $500. Delivery and pickup used to be $100, now it's gonna be $100 and $100. So we've added a little bit extra in there. The costs of the ballots are gonna stay the same, 21 cents for one-sided, 25 cents for two-sided. You know, we're not gonna get rich here, we don't wanna get rich, we just wanna cover our costs. And the schools right now are looking at these contracts, we don't think they're gonna have a problem. I mean, where else are they gonna go for that, you know, they don't wanna buy a machine or anything. So, but right now they're looking at the county attorney is copy and he's already approved the contract, so you'll probably see that next month. So there's gonna be a little bit additional monies added, you know, in our end, but so far nobody's complained that I've heard of, or heard from, so.
When was the last time they were increased?
mhm.
When's the last time there was an increase?
But this is the first time since we actually started, like 7 or 8 years ago. And because, and you know, when you get it, it was a tech department, you know, they want to charge us for, we're probably paying the tech department around 10,000 a year. You know, we kind of negotiate primary, it depends on the primary, you know, so we say, hey, oh, you know, what do you think? We go back and forth, and now it was no negotiating, it's $520,000, we talked about it here once 4 or 5 months ago. And it is,
You have an MOU in place right now?
we have nothing. All we got is, and all we have is, we put $20,000 in the budget, okay? We have nothing. So, yeah. Well, whose obligation is that to give them whatever?
Let's say between two departments, I mean, if I want to get paid, I suppose they would take the initiative.
I would think. Yeah, I would think. Hmm?
I think we've asked for it.
Yeah, well, a couple times we talked about it, but they just seem to be the tech department, is the tech department, you know? What can I say, you know? Yeah, so I'm sure if they want to get paid, they're gonna do something, you know? Yeah, so we're not getting too excited, because the first election will be March, the village election. So I'm sure this thing's always.
And probably do it quarterly, we'll try to just do it quarterly.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, I really don't, you
It's the
know?
easiest.
Whether they're gonna do it for each election, or they're gonna do it quarterly, whatever, you know.
We have any questions for Hank?
Jim and Hank, this is Dan Lower. I have a question for you. Not related to elections per se, but are you aware if the state is planning on doing any redistricting in 2022?
Well, you know, clearly that's going on, but we think we're okay here. We think that Wyoming County's gonna still stay in one district for the Senate and the Assembly, you know, which is great for us, you know? So that, I mean, we don't hear a lot, but I think if there's gonna be any change in Wyoming County, we'd have heard about it by now, you know? So it looks like we're gonna stay the same. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, also in your little village of Wyoming over there, I don't know what they're doing, but they're talking about putting a proposal on the ballot at the village election for marijuana purposes. Okay, so what I know is if you don't act by December 31st to opt out, you're in. Now, if you opt out by December 31st, in the future, you could opt in, but you can't opt out. Am I right? Right. And that's, I gotta talk to her this morning. So,
Yeah, the town opted out, and we just filed our paperwork with the state this past week. But the village, they had a couple of public hearings, and of course, I hadn't heard whether or not they had decided to opt out, but that's also subject to a permissive referendum. And it might be that they have enough people who want to put it to a vote on a permissive referendum before they make a decision.
but that would all have to be done at the end of the year, right?
That's right. That's right. I have not heard anything recently about what their plans are.
And I know the village laws are different than town laws a lot of times, but as near as I can figure out, everybody with that is the same. If you don't do anything by December 31st, you're in, right? You're in. So I don't know, I gotta call her back. She left a message last night to try to get to her, so I don't know what they're thinking.
In the town of Arcade, the village, their rep came to a town board meeting. And he expressed an interest in the village being able to
Have a facility.
have a dispensary.
Yeah.
So my deputy supervisor and myself went to the village board meeting. They had a discussion, talked about it. They encouraged the town to opt in, which we did. Because there are very few places in the town outside of the village zoned correctly for that type of business. So it was a non-factor or non-starter for the town. The village felt that there might be some economic stimulus for them. So we did, and they are moving forward with it. Now, what their process is, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything more about it since the town, and as Dan said, we filed the paperwork. So the town market is in, and it includes the village.
Now, I heard that there's only gonna be 2 dispensaries in Wyoming County. Is that true? It's-
Don't you know, Janice?
I think it's population, right? And I think, yeah, Wyoming County, I think it's eligible for 2, I think, but. you're wrong,
And I also think that there's no, the way the law reads, I don't think there's anything to prohibit a smoke shop if you opt in. I mean, both for dispensary and smoke shop.
But they can be in the same building.
Right, they can't be in the same building, so you could have,
Right, but you can't be so many feet from a church and so many feet from a school, so that's kind of limit.
but even here in the village, it's not gonna affect any.
You got 2 churches right here, it's gonna affect where it's gonna go.
It doesn't matter where, because the distance is, like, you look at the liquor store is close, you would think that it was close to the church, but it's far enough away, there's plenty of room there. Such a,
So have you heard how much the license or whatever it's gonna cost?
it's gonna be a lot of money, I don't know, I can't remember what they were saying.
It's a lot of money from what I've heard. Yeah. So just anybody can't, unless you've got the means,
And they still have, the state still hasn't drawn all the rules out, so when you're opting into something, they don't know what they're going to do. If they have.
So anyhow, I gotta get back to her. I don't know what she's doing in Wyoming, but Wyoming's special over there. They have their own ideas sometimes. And you want to add anything about this one?
No, I think we're all right. I mean, it's just, we're looking at that software, it's a big thing.
I mean, we're keeping our eyes open, and of course, anybody that comes out and talks to us about new software, they look at what we're paying now and they go, really? How did, whatever, we're the cheap, we're the lowest in the state per voter for software maintenance. It's just,
It's like a Model T,
Well, it is, yeah, we're not gonna allow it, it's getting the job done, so, one that we can, I thought, like I said, I talked to the finance guy here, he said, believe me, we got a lot of things in the works, and we know what's going on, and we're gonna be okay. But I heard that before, but that makes you feel good, So, okay. Any other questions for the Board of Elections? None? Thank you.
Our women will not be here this morning. I'm getting later. Number 1 and 2, we've done. Okay, Number 3. Position 3, Bill, Social service program specialist trainee. Medication, I don't know, and what it's reached out to me, so I don't know what these are. I'm assuming that because the person comes out of the trainee, we're filling it. It's a trainee and then I'll go to.
Which is what the bullet says in each one of these.
So number 3 is a position for the specialist trainee, and then number 4 is also. And number 5 is a position for a caseworker. All trainees, and number 6. These were the hired, the new people come as trainees, and then we'll go to the positions, correct? So the year of training will be established. Anybody have any questions on 4 through 6? If not, I have a motion. Motion by Supervisor Grant. 4 through 6.
Is that 3 through 6?
Oh, sorry. Yes, correct, sorry. 3 through 6. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Number 7 is in public defender, civil position, assistant public defender. Schedule G, this is a grant person, salary of 70,000. Person vacation is Amber, I'm assuming. Effective December 14th, 2021, position available January 5th, 2022. Do you have any questions or comments?
I'll move it.
Motion by Supervisor Brunner. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. The next position is the payroll clerk in human resources. This is actually the person that does payroll for the hospital, correct? Who's decided to leave, effective January 13th. He has, yesterday, he has offered the job to a person from his side who's very experienced. The current position makes $21 in. That was, no.
Yeah.
Yep, 2142. Yep. Current position is 2142. And then if he gives them the 2.5, the 2%, it would go to $21.96. We would just like to round it up to $22 even. Anybody have any questions? I'm sure you can.
But the 2% for, is that before or after, or get it when everybody else gets it, or?
Her salary will be set at 22.
But she wouldn't get.
She wouldn't get 2%.
She wouldn't get the 2%.
2.5%.
2.5%. She wouldn't get whatever. This would be her salary. She just started in January, so she wouldn't be entitled to this.
It's built in.
It's built. Anybody have any questions? Sure, probably knows what.
Well, because I looked it up to make sure. Just make sure I know what was on it.
If not, can I have a motion to approve that? Supervisor Granger? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, this is to offer to keep the girl lady that's leaving, correct? For training purposes, it's just a temporary position.
And this should be, there should be an end date on it.
I'm gonna say there should be an end date.
I know that, one piece.
There should still be, we wouldn't keep her on forever.
Right, January 13th should be the end date.
You know, have these positions already been filled? Like it says December 14th, so is this person working yet?
He was offering it to the The other lady, and this one is the one that's the.
Yeah, so he wanted the temporary one available immediately, just in case he can get somebody in it immediately. But I think she starts,
They tell me when she was gonna start, he offered her a job, but she, I would say she had to get it 2 weeks.
she actually starts the 13th.
Of January.
In person, yeah.
January.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to extend that past January 13th if you want for training.
That's only 1 day.
She's gone, but Sue's gone.
I was gonna say, she's probably off doing something else. So why even bother?
Because there's nobody in the position.
He's trying to find some time to overlap them. If he can overlap them, he's got a position, but if not, I mean, Sue's got a new obligation as of the 13th, so.
So I think he was hoping that the new girl would be in before, at least sometime before. I'm not sure.
He may not get to do it, but at least it's all sitting there.
It's sitting there, so to be available if he decides, it works. It'd be nice if you had somebody to train with, you don't always. I have a motion for that. Supervisor Grant, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We did this one, right? We did. Number 10 we've done. Number 11, public health, and then salary schedule G for the COVID response assistant to $18 an hour effective January 1st, 2022. All done by the HRI grant, ELC COVID response.
I think we did number two.
We did 10.
Yeah, 11.
We did 10.
Sure. With the county. With the county attorney. Yep. I don't think we did that one. This is for the county attorney. Might not. For 2020. Oh, okay.
Sorry, Roger. So number 11. I would like to increase the salary to $18 an hour. Through the grant, duties that can be involved to include testing and vaccination clinics, insurance billing, and your state reporting. So it sounds like the person who picked up more responsibilities. Any questions on that?
So this, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, because just what duties are involved to include testing and vaccination clinics, insurance billing, New York State reporting, et cetera, which is why she wants to set the salary at $18 per hour. Simply, which fully reimbursed by HRI grant. Do I know where it is now? Yeah. Yeah. Response assistant. 16.
But 16. Okay, and then
And what she's changing too, because right here it says, consistent with current CSCA bargaining agreement, didn't she say something about?
I think they're gonna have some responsibilities with this position as far as
yeah,
keeping track of things.
right. So can I have a motion on number 11?
Sure.
Supervisor Cal? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Also in public health schedule G, to the benefits of the fellowship coordinator to a benefit package consistent with salary S. That's what they do. Of salary benefits for this position are reimbursed from the fellowship. It was very shocking that they didn't get benefits.
Because it's on schedule G,
They didn't
these
get,
benefits are consistent with the CSCA agreement. So she's saying that this position is involved to be more in line with the schedule.
so she wants them to have the benefits.
Yes.
Everybody understand that?
No, who people got that for
Yes, yes.
You pay for that. You know that? Motion by Supervisor Cal, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? For officer, salary position, fiscal officer, and schedule. She's at 45,000. Additional $2,000 a pound, permanent employment and meeting established goals. Effective June 10th. This approval was to fill within the salary range of 40 to 45. Anybody have any questions? Not? Person's coming in. To their masters.
So this is another case where this person's salary is set now. If something goes retroactive, it doesn't boost this person's salary type of thing? Like the other one we just did.
This is the same as what Jen proposed. So she's gonna start her at 45,000.
With the 2% increase or whatever that is you were talking about earlier,
No,
2.5.
they won't get the 2.5%.
Yeah.
They won't get the
Right,
We will not have been here, and then,
right.
I mean, if they were here some period of time, that would make sense, but she's not, it's like it's built in, so that this person has to wait a whole year, meet their pre-established goals, right?
Right.
And then they would get an additional $2,000 bump, and then they would be eligible for anything that the board did in 2023.
I'll move it.
Motion by Supervisor Corder. Any other questions? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And your reports were all attached, correct? Online?
The civil service report that would show up at all.
Okay. Do we have anything else for this board? If not, I'd like to thank Supervisor Dorner for all your input. Last year. Well, actually, I've only been in chair 2 years, but in the last year, we really didn't meet as much in person. She always gives us good discussions. And that, I guess, we're.
Good thoughts, Howard.
I think that's a record.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's a record.
It is a record.
Last one of the year.
We have Ron, we'll be on the phone.